sweet words of peace, courage, and hope to you. Before we begin this powerful story, take a moment right now to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss inspiring Bible stories that can strengthen your faith and encourage your heart. Now, let me ask you a question. How does an orphan girl, a girl with no crown, no power, and no royal background, rise to become the queen of one of the greatest empires in the world?
You who plotted against my
And how could that same young woman find the courage to risk her own life to save an entire nation? Today, we are about to discover the incredible story of Esther, a young woman whose bravery changed history. Her story begins in weakness, but rises into courage. It begins in silence, but ends in victory. This is a story about divine timing, hidden destiny, and the moment when one person's courage becomes the turning point for many lives. So take your seat, relax, and listen carefully, because by the end of this story, you may discover that sometimes God places people in certain positions not for comfort, but for such a time as this. And before we continue, I want to hear from you. In the comment section, type these words: "I am ready for my moment." Now, let us journey back in time to the powerful Persian Empire, where the story of Esther begins. Long ago, during the time when the Jewish people were living far from their homeland, in the vast Persian Empire, a little girl was born. Her name was Esther. The empire was ruled by the powerful king Ahasuerus, whose kingdom stretched across many lands and nations. Cities were large, markets were busy, and many different cultures lived under the king's rule. But Esther's beginning was not filled with luxury or celebration. She lost her parents when she was still very young. Like a small flower growing in the shadow of a great wall, Esther's life started in a quiet and difficult place. Fortunately, she was not alone. Her cousin Mordecai took her in and raised her as his own daughter. Mordecai cared deeply for Esther and taught her the ways of their people. He taught her about faith, about courage, and about trusting God even when life seemed uncertain. Esther grew into a kind and beautiful young woman. But her beauty was not only on the outside. She had a gentle spirit, wisdom beyond her years, and a humble heart. Life in the Persian Empire continued with its usual noise and activity. No one could have guessed that this quiet orphan girl would one day stand at the center of a story that would change the future of her people. Sometimes destiny hides in ordinary places. Like a seed buried deep in the soil, Esther's purpose was growing quietly beneath the surface. Meanwhile, in the royal palace, events were unfolding that would change Esther's life forever. One day, the king held a grand feast for nobles and leaders from across the empire. The celebration lasted many days, filled with music, food, and laughter. But during this celebration, something unexpected happened.
I command you to come forth.
The queen at that time, Vashti, refused to obey the king's command to appear before his guests.
You stand before me trembling in fear.
The king became angry, and after consulting his advisors, Queen Vashti was removed from her royal position. This decision created a problem for the kingdom. The palace needed a new queen. And so a search began across the empire for young women who might become the next queen of Persia. Young women from many regions were brought to the royal palace. Among them was Esther. Esther entered the palace quietly, not knowing that her life was about to change forever. The girl who once lived as an orphan was now standing in the halls of the greatest palace in the empire. But even in this moment, Mordecai gave her an important
Esther, your
piece of
beauty and
advice.
courage have won my heart.
He told her not to
yours,
reveal
my
that she was Jewish. Esther listened carefully. Sometimes wisdom means knowing when to speak and when to wait. The palace became Esther's new world.
May you carry
But
this
destiny
blessing
was
forward
slowly
with grace
opening
and
a door
strength.
she had
with all
never
my heart.
imagined.
Thank you.
And soon, the quiet girl with hidden courage would rise to become queen. Life inside the
perfumes are
palace
ready,
was
Esther.
very different from
Thank you.
Esther's
This
simple
gown feels perfect
childhood.
now. The jewels will
The
complete it.
palace was enormous. Its walls were decorated with gold and beautiful carvings. Servants moved
Rest
quickly
easy, my
through
queen. You
long
are safe.
halls,
This will soothe
and
you.
guards stood watch at
Thank you.
every entrance. The young women brought to the palace were prepared carefully before meeting the king.
May
Their
you carry this
preparation
blessing
lasted
forward
many
with grace
months.
and strength. I will.
They were
with
taught
all
how
my
to
heart.
speak,
Thank you.
how to dress, and how to behave in the presence of royalty. But Esther stood out among them. Her beauty was natural, but it was her kindness and humility that made people notice her.
This essence will anoint your
Even
skin,
the royal
Esther.
attendants
It is a
treated her
blessing.
with special
Now for the
favor.
royal garments.
Among the
Rest
palace
now, Esther.
officials was
You
a
are
man
safe.
responsible
You
for
are cared
caring
for
for the
here.
women. He quickly saw something
Rest easy,
special
my
in
queen.
Esther
You are safe.
and gave
This
her
will
the
soothe
best
you.
rooms and
Thank
the
you.
best care. While Esther lived in the palace, Mordecai continued to watch over her from outside the palace gates. Every day he came near the palace just to hear news about her. His care for Esther was like the steady light of a lamp that never goes out. Finally, the time came for each young woman to appear before the king. When Esther's turn came, she entered the royal hall with quiet confidence. The king looked at her. Something about her presence was different. Her grace was gentle but powerful, like a calm river that flows steadily through a wide land. And the king chose her. Esther became the new queen of Persia. The orphan girl had become royalty. But even as queen, Esther did not forget the lessons Mordecai had taught her.
To Her Majesty, the
She
Queen.
remained humble.
Long may she reign.
She remained wise, and she kept her identity as a Jew hidden, just as Mordecai had advised. Meanwhile,
The Queen has
another
arrived.
important
To the
event
new
was
era.
unfolding.
Indeed.
One day, Mordecai overheard two palace guards planning to harm the king. Mordecai quickly reported this
Esther
information
must
to
know.
Esther,
A plot
who
against
then
the throne.
told the king.
I will tell her every
The
detail.
plot was
There
stopped,
is no time.
and the
My lord,
king's
a plot
life
against
was
your life has
saved.
been uncovered.
Who dares
The
threaten the
event
throne?
was written
Haman
in
the
the royal
Agagite.
records.
We must act now.
Though at the
Time for
time,
waiting is
Mordecai
over. We must
received
act.
no
But the risks
reward.
of great hesitation will be
But
our undoing.
sometimes
Unite
good
or
deeds are
perish.
like
They're coming. We
seeds
must go
planted
now.
in the
How many?
ground.
A full battalion.
They
we have
may
to warn
not
the
grow
others.
immediately,
Then we fight. Agreed.
but their time will come.
Halt! In the king's name!
Soon, a new danger would appear
Seize
in the
them all!
kingdom. A man whose pride would
Disperse
threaten
now!
the lives of Esther's entire
Push them
people.
back!
In the king's court, there was a powerful official named Haman. The king honored Haman and gave him a
In the
position
king's
of
gate,
great
Mordecai
authority.
uncovered the plot. Indeed, his
Many
loyalty
people
must be
bowed
honored.
before
Write it in
him
full.
as he walked through
Mordecai,
the
bow
palace
before the
gates.
king's command. I will not
But
bow to you,
Mordecai
Haman.
refused
You defy
to
the
bow.
king? I bow to my God.
This
Bow,
angered
Mordecai.
Haman
It is
greatly.
the king's command. I will not
His
bow to you,
pride
Haman.
burned
You defy
like
the
a
king. I
fire
defy
inside
you.
him.
I bow to
When
no
Haman
man but the king
learned
of
that
kings.
Mordecai was
Insolent
Jewish,
fool! You will
his
regret
anger
this defiance.
grew even stronger.
Your reign is a lie, tyrant.
But instead
you dare
of punishing
challenge me in my
Mordecai
hall.
alone,
I challenge you
Haman
to
decided to
sword!
destroy all the Jewish people in the empire. Like a dark storm forming in the distance,
Disperse
danger
now!
was rising quietly.
Push them back!
Haman convinced the king to
My lord,
sign
these
a
people are a
decree
threat. Sign the
ordering
decree.
that all
On what
Jews
grounds,
in the
Haman? They
empire
follow their
be
own laws, not
destroyed
the
on a
king's.
certain
Very
day.
well.
When the news spread, fear filled the Jewish communities. Mordecai tore his clothes and mourned in the streets. The decree felt like a dark cloud
Spread the king's
covering
decree
the
far and
future.
wide! For the
But
empire!
Mordecai believed something important.
He believed that Esther had become
The
queen
council has
for a
spoken.
reason.
We cannot delay.
But
He
this
sent
will
a
change
message
everything.
to her.
It is the only way.
Perhaps you have come
Esther,
to the
our people
kingdom
face
for such a
annihilation.
time as
This
this.
decree seals our doom.
Those
Plead with the
words
king,
carried the
save
weight
us.
of destiny. Esther now faced a difficult decision. She could remain silent and stay safe, or she could risk her life to save her people. Approaching the
If I
king
perish,
without
I
invitation
perish.
was dangerous.
I was born for such a time
Anyone
as
who
this.
did so could be put to death unless the king extended his golden scepter. Esther knew the risk, but courage often appears when fear is greatest. Esther asked
My
the
people,
Jewish
let us
people
proclaim
to
a fast.
and
For
pray
3 days
for
we shall
3
not eat or
days.
drink, but devote ourselves
She
to prayer.
also fasted and prayed
O
with her
Lord, hear
servants.
my humble prayer.
Faith
Grant me strength and
became
wisdom.
her strength. On the third day, Esther dressed in her royal robes and walked toward the king's throne room. The moment felt
The
heavy
throne
with
awaits.
uncertainty.
None shall defy the
But when
crown.
the king saw Esther standing there, he
Your
smiled.
Majesty, I implore you, show mercy.
He extended
Mercy
the
is a
golden
luxury I
scepter.
cannot afford.
You knew the consequences.
Esther was safe.
Esther, approach without
Instead
fear.
of immediately
My lord, I
making
am
her
here.
request,
Your life is granted.
Esther invited
My
the
king.
king and Haman to a special banquet. Her plan was wise and patient. The next day, at another banquet, Esther revealed the truth. She told
My
the
king, Haman
about
has
Haman's
plotted to destroy
plot
my
to destroy
people.
her
What? Haman, is this true? My lord, no, she lies.
furious.
My king, the enemy is
The man
Haman.
he
Haman, this
trusted
is
had planned
treason.
a
Lord,
terrible crime.
God, seize him.
Haman's pride had led him to his downfall.
Justice came quickly. Haman was punished.
My queen, I
and the
implore you.
king gave
Your pleas are in
Mordecai a
vain.
position of
But mercy,
honor
I beg
in the
you.
kingdom.
Justice will be done.
A new decree was written, allowing the Jewish people to defend themselves. The dark cloud that once threatened them disappeared. What seemed like the end had become victory.
to all of us.
The Jewish people celebrated with joy across the
Mordecai,
empire.
for your loyalty, receive these
And
royal
Queen
honors.
Esther's courage saved a nation. Her story teaches a powerful lesson. Sometimes life places us in difficult situations for a greater purpose. Like a lamp shining in a dark room,
of the
one brave decision can change the future for many people. Esther's journey began as an orphan girl with an uncertain future. But
My loyal
through
subjects
courage,
support our king's
wisdom,
prosperity.
and faith,
In Worcester.
she became
My
a
lords and
queen
ladies, raise your
who
glasses to
changed
this evening's
history.
prosperity.
And
and to
her
our enduring
story
bonds.
reminds us, you may not know why you are where you are today, but like Esther, you might
To Her
be
Majesty,
there
the
for
Queen.
such a time
Long may she
as
reign.
this. As we come to the end of this incredible story, remember the powerful lesson from the life of Esther. She began as an orphan girl with no power, no position, and no guarantee of a future. Yet at the right moment, courage rose inside her, and she stepped forward to save her people. Her story reminds us that sometimes the place you are today is not an accident. You may be exactly where you need to be for such a time as this. Maybe you are facing a moment that requires courage. Maybe there is a decision in front of you that feels bigger than your strength. But Esther's story teaches us that one
Spread the
brave
king's
step
decree far and
can
wide
change
for the
everything.
empire.
If this story inspired you, encouraged you, or strengthened your faith, don't keep it to yourself. Take a moment right now to like this video. Share it with someone who needs encouragement today, and, most importantly, subscribe to this channel so you never miss more powerful Bible stories like this. Every time you subscribe, you help these messages reach more people around the world who need hope, courage, and faith. And before you go, I want you to join the conversation. In the comments, type these powerful words, courage for such a time as this. Thank you for watching, and may peace, wisdom, and courage go
Mordecai,
with
for your
you
loyalty,
wherever
receive these
you
royal
go.
honors.
I'll see you in the next powerful story.